How's it going? Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. All right. So I'm here, also working. Um, I was wanting to mess around a little bit with AI music. I like stuff like cinematic music and film score, even though a lot of music that I typically make is sort of, well, not sort of, it is. It's pretty much um sorry, hold on, I'm trying to fix this crap. I have no idea what just happened there. I think Firefox no, it didn't. See, I think it crashed, but I like cinematic type music, you know. It's just something I've always liked. I mean, I did band for a long time. I played the trumpet, you know, sort of kind of working on self-teaching myself the guitar. Um, I mean, I've learned how to play it. I'm not like a professional, absolute amazing guitar player. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, let me see here. I think I might have. Let's fix this crap. Make sure I'm on here good. Um, it seems like something's not right here, mate. I haven't changed anything on the computer, but for some reason, this is not showing nothing. If I go full cam, does it change? Interesting. So it's not. I think I clicked on the. Oh, I see. I think I'm clicking on the wrong. But yeah, I kind of wanted to see how AI. I played with one of them a little bit. I played with that Suno AI thing. Um, just to kind of there we go. Just kind of test with the AI, you know, see how it does. Um, few things that I've noticed with it so far. So one is sometimes the sound staging is nice, and most of the time it's not. um, sometimes the drums lack that big like punch that it should have. Sometimes it's not. It's really weird. It's kind of up and down. Guess just kind of depends on how difficult. I don't know. Um, but it does really good. I mean, it sounds decent. Sometimes it's wavy. I don't know. I'm trying to want to compare a few different areas with the music. Um, I will say, sorry, I'm working at the same time as typical. I will say that um did this still keep it? This didn't change update my statuses. Hold on. I told it to change my statuses for everything. It still says the old crap on here. There it goes. All right. All right. Actually, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, screw it. Whatever. It's fine. All right. So hopefully, hopefully that's all right. All right. So trying to understand it. So I played around a little bit with some things. You know, first kind of like dabbling in it, trying to understand. I did like like some simple stuff, like freaking what people do, like oh let me try some lo-fi type music or something. And it does okay. It's not bad with some of the stuff it does. I try to do things more or less without lyrics. Um, this Suno one seems like it does pretty decent with lyrics. It's actually pretty good at making lyrics for things, but I've kind of guided it with like my own type of lyrics in it on some stuff. Just kind of see. Because here's my thing with it, kind of, is that I don't. I feel like there's ways to use this. You know, there's all kinds of ways, or there's all kinds of opinions on like AI music, right? I feel like what I've seen, um, when you go on this simple route and you're just kind of like just throwing something on here, like how it says a synthwave night drive under neon lights. It feels more. It's more like, um, it's more like you're letting AI. I mean, you're telling it what to make, but at the same time, you're more or less just letting it make music for you. That makes sense. Where if you go custom and you put the styles, obviously, just like over there before in the simple, pretty much, But you can put the styles, things to exclude, and you put in here, like, say for an instrumental, you put like intro. Like if it's cinematic, let's click on something. So this is not really just one of the ones. This isn't really cinematic itself, right? But so simple, let it make something that you just give it, just let it make whatever, let AI just create. And then you got the custom, right? Um, where it's like more or less you're directing it how to make music. Does that make sense? Maybe you put the exclude, you put the style. So like for this one, I put like style. Your typical things, kind of what you would put over there in a simple. I put stuff like synth wave, down tempo, 90 BPM, like cinematic, soundscape, atmospheric, high energy. EDM, no vocals. Things like that. And after I put that stuff in the style, like an idea, I then like you then direct it. Like you have like you in the lyrics instead of lyrics like on here, and you put, like instrumental at the top, um, letting it know it's an instrumental, right? And then you you go to you tell it how to move the song, right? So you like tell it movement one, right? You kind of explain it. Long atmospheric intro, deep throbbing synth bass enters, drums are electronic but soft and muffled, neon atmosphere, right? And then movement two, steady 80s drum machine groove, warmth synthesizer pad swell, no lead melody, just chords washing over. And you can even add things in there like feeling like you're in a spaceship floating in space. Like, you can give it things like that for the movements, or the intro. You can even put like intro, post intro. You can even name it like verse, and bar, right? You're like directing it, telling it how to make the song. Instead of letting it just make you a song, you're telling it how to make the song. Does that kind of make sense? I don't know. Like I'm giving it what to do. Like it's like I'm trying to pour my brain into it. Like what's in my mind, I'm trying to do it. I mean, I've even tested like giving it like a scenario what's in my head, right? Um I've tried those things, and it's okay doing it, but it seems like the best way, at least with this one, the Suno one, is the custom, because you get to really drive how the song's made, right? You get to tell it how to do it. So kind of examples, kind of like how I did it. I'm gonna change this right so it drops down. So this is kind of how I've done it. A lot of these weren't really me tapping into like making it make music until I was basically letting AI make me music and me not directing how the music was made on most of all of these. The majority of all these. I just let it do its own thing, right? Hold on, I'm gonna change it because I don't want to hear this. But like these, I just like told it, hey, make this. Here you go. You know, or something simple like, hey, make me a song. Like, oh, it doesn't show it. But I told it, like, make a song about the kiddo, like, complaining and crying. But you see, it made its own thing. You probably can't see this, but it says indie rock, gritty guitars, punchy synth, explosive drum, solo, rock, laid back, yet fiery energy. That's what it came up with itself. And all I did was tell it, make a song about my kid complaining on dying on Roblox and getting mad. Like, that's what I told it. And it made up its own crap. It just said this. And it decided, I'm going to go with this and keep it at this, right? But on the other hand, I am creating in a way. It's weird. It's a weird place. It's like in a weird place. So let's see here. This is kind of what I got. Let's see. I'm trying to. It wasn't really until way down here. Some of these didn't really make right. So this was like my first one. This is before I really. This is before I let it create. Like this is before I guided it how to create me like a cinematic song. I think this one too. It wasn't until I remember out there. That's when I learned about the prompt limit. Like I couldn't really push it over where I wanted to push it, right? Yeah, it was over here. This is where I figured out the custom and how you can just drive it how you want to drive it. Okay. I've figured out learning how to use it by using AI to teach me how to use AI. So I use Gemini to teach me how to structure it in order to build a song. So this is a cinematic. This is cinematic letting AI just kind of freaking free ball it, go commando, and do whatever the heck it wants, right? Which isn't bad. It really isn't bad at all. I put my headphones all the way on. I am still working too. I might adjust the volume on that side. Because I want it to be loud, but I don't want it to be like, blast your ears out loud. Not bad. Not bad. soundstage is okay, you know? You got different things on different ears. Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that. That was a good ending, right? And then this is the next one. I let it do its own thing again. Kind of high fantasy, you know? Well, this one is like high fantasy. See, not bad. Right? Not too bad. This one was a long one. But it's so good, it moves, right? It keeps it moving. This is pretty good. Nice and long, you know? See, like, not bad, right? Okay, so let's pause for a second. Hold on. Not bad for what it is. Um, if I ever try to make anything in here in the Suno or Suno, if I ever try to make anything in here, it's very um I can try to make like regular tracks like these ones up here at the top, right? Well, most of them some of them they take 4 minutes, but usually it likes to make songs like 1 minute to 2 minutes long. But it's in cinematic, a lot of times it really likes to push it to the 3 and 4 minutes, which is like really surprising to me. Very surprising. But anyways. So now this is where I kind of started getting more into like the limits of the simple prompt, right? Didn't really like quite understand custom yet. I didn't really go into Gemini trying to learn how to use custom and kind of even use Gemini to kind of paint the picture I see in my head, because the pictures I paint isn't like, oh man, I want a song that sounds like freaking Star Wars. Like, nah, I mean, I don't want to do that, man. Come on, you know. If I try to paint something, so it's like painting what's in my head, right, and then generating a prompt, and then trying to adjust that prompt, right, like trying to edit the prompt and change it to what I want, right? So like you got a canvas, and then once you got your canvas, then you kind of like your foundation and you start building on it, right? Make sense? So this is me coming into the limits of the simple, like pushing it to its limits itself in a sort of way, kind of. Comes in way too quick, all right? I don't really like it too much when it comes in real hard. But if you ignore that, it's not bad. See, it plays that really well. Doesn't sound too digital. Most of the horns and everything doesn't sound all wavy or like fake. I mean, it's not like Spitfire Abbey Road or BBC Orchestra. Oh, that's right. This one started kind of mixing in a little bit of rock, right? Because I'm in simple, right? I'm letting it just do whatever. Have fun. Do whatever you want. Just make something like this. I like the guitar in there though. It actually like feels like it blends pretty good. Yeah, I like that. See, oh, that's right. So pause. All right, so it starts chanting here, right? And that's because um it starts reading my prompt as like lyrics. So it's actually reading moments of the prompt. I think there's even a spot in here where I say big boom, yeah. I tell it slow drums, loud boom, war begins, sound climax with full sound and drums, right? Because I was like just saying what I like. I was given a basically like a almost like a script, like a movie script type thing, like a scene, right? I was painting a scene for it. So I was hoping it could use like what I'm thinking and make something. And it started reading the prompt. So that's basically what happens here is it starts adding a choir reading the prompt. You'll hear it say, you'll hear it in a minute say, if you listen closely, it'll say slow drums, loud boom. It says something loud boom, but watch. You'll hear it. See? Yeah. Yeah. So what I've learned, what just kind of helped me learn too, is that at least in here, the vocals are you might have to leave like choir things out. Like if you don't throw choir in, it's actually not too bad at all, right? Um, but when you throw choir in, it's a little like um it's like really harsh, right? Like it just doesn't blend with it doesn't feel like it's sitting in the music at all, right? It doesn't feel like it's sitting either in front of the sound or behind the sounds. It sounds like it's like lumped in with everything. And it just feels like a bunch of like frequencies hitting your ears, and it just feels kind of feels real jumbled and just uh I don't know. It gets harsh. It like makes your ears feel like fatigued really quickly, just like listening to it. But that was me experiencing the limits pretty much of the simple prompt. And then we got into me getting on Gemini and learning how the prompt works and using it to help me paint what I want, what I'm thinking, and then start tweaking on it with songs and styles. At this point, Gemini is giving me ideas for styles as I explained my fantasy imagination in my head, right? So this is what it ends up developing. So I can't remember what we were going for this one. I think I was still going for like I had the idea of like a war, right? Like a battle or something like I wanted something with like war drums at the beginning. So I made a couple of them and just couldn't nail the war drum thing, but I ended up nailing it in a little bit because without telling it to put war drums, it was like a different type of style. It added war drums and kind of learned what to kind of use if you want to put some war drums in. But all right, here we go. This is the one where basically you're guiding it how to make the music instead of letting it just make you something, right? You're kind of directing its path, guess you can say. You're conducting it. Feels a little more alive this way, right? Feels slightly more natural, the movement. Slightly. Oh, and added guitars. I ended up changing it where no more guitars. Because I feel like it came in too strong. I actually get rid of this one. Not a bad, like, change of pace, you know? Like, feeling. The darn rock drums, bro. Like the metal drums. It threw me off, but it's like, I don't know, it's weird. When you got a simple like choir like this and they're not stacked on top of each other. So when you're not trying to put the choir like on top of each other, like give it like harmony, it doesn't sound too bad. But if you're trying to like harmonize choir in it and you're trying to have like male and female and like, you know, like these freaking like soprano, like, you know, like if you're trying to blend different types, like to make it sound big, is when it sounds really, it really sounds too harsh, you know? Let's see. But that was me. I was like, all right, too much guitar. I think I might get rid of this one actually. But I was like, too much guitar. So I ended up going again, right? I'm pretty sure I told it no more guitar in this one. I can't remember. I'm gonna go there and look. Let me see. Did I tell it no guitar? I didn't learn about the excludes yet at this point. Exclude styles. I didn't learn about that until way deeper later on. But I liked it, but I wanted to slow build up, right? I don't like the instant, like, punch you in the face kind of thing. Still going for the war vibe, you know, like a battle anthem. See, like that? It's not too bad. Simple, quick, it can work. Also, because it's not fighting with the music here. Right here, you can tell it's like, gets harsh. It sounds more like screaming, mumbled, like jumbled mess. If you just had the high vocal, it'd be okay. What is this, Terminator? But see, that one kind of you can tell, right? Like the vocals, like it's just like it gets like becomes too much. Like it's just like overdoes it. Yeah, I'm gonna use this example. Uh, vocal can't be harsh. Test. Let's see, where did I end up moving? I ended up feeling this one. This one was nice. Yeah, this is where I told it no rock. I kind of got tired of the rock vibe, like the metal vibe. It was kind of thrown in there, which I guess kind of makes sense, you know. Um, but I didn't want a rock vibe. I just wanted cinematic, right? I just wanted like I don't know. The thing with cinematic music is like I mean, you could do it in any music, right? But it's like you can it's like you can imagine to it, right? Like it just reminds me of being a kid, like driving in the car with my mom. We weren't listening to cinematic music, but it just makes me think about like sitting in there, listening to certain songs, and you're like daydreaming out the window, and you're like playing this like imagination action movie in your head where you're like the hero or something, you know? And that's just kind of the imagination I had and how I see music. Like it's almost like playing a movie or a scene in your head, like seeing how it flows with the music, you know? I don't know. It's like it paints a picture in your head. But anyways, this one I liked it. It's more of a feeling of took out the rock, the metal, you know, more cinematic. I can't remember if it still threw some rock in there or not, but let's see. This is where it started feeling very tribal. I think it's because of Takio drums. I mean, it's nice. The woodwinds don't sound too digital. Now this seems very unrealistic. Maybe somebody can do this. I mean, I'm pretty sure people can. I've heard somebody get pretty close. Personally. See, this one feels like you can, I don't know. You can see this one. Not bad on the vocal. Not bad, but not great. Still too harsh. The choir still clashes. Those woodwinds are getting it. All right. So, that wasn't too bad, right? It wasn't too bad. Um, this one right here. Let's see. Did I start changing what I was wanting? Um, no, I'm still like in the battle music vibe. I'm still trying to get that like that battle music. Like those don't seem too much like battle music. It seems more like you feel the high fantasy in those more than anything. It feels more like freaking like on some kind of fantasy giant eagle flying through the sky type of songs. Um, but I'm trying to pull out that battle vibe, So that's what I'm working on. Again, you get pretty more like tribal sensation. Little bit battle-ish, but not completely. See, this starts making it more like or happy is what this sounds, right? Battle music shouldn't be so bright and happy. I mean, it can be, but just feels, I don't know. Like these things right here, not bad. They threw drums in there again. I believe I got upset about it. Which it can be all right. It wasn't bad. Feels very anime right here. It does the woo in pretty good there, right? It doesn't sound too wavy. So it's like, it's all right, right? But I still couldn't get like that, I couldn't still like make it do like that battle, like feels like battle music, right? And obviously it's because it's got epic fantasy in there, right? And I mean, you throw fantasy, it's got like that bright kind of like soaring on the wings of things kind of thing, like so no, that is not the IP. That is not it. Okay, hold on. So let's see. I can't remember where I actually finally got the war. I think over here might get a little more tribal sounding. I think it's and then I finally get it out of that tribal, like the way tribal music sounds, and to like, I don't know. But then I came down with this one. The beginning gets closer, right? Hold on. I liked that. See, it has a little bit more of a sort of closing in more on like a battle type song. It is really good on that though. But you see how it's very tribal. It sounds nice. I mean, to me, it sounds nice for AI. It got closer to those drums that I wanted. Kind of like warish, kind of like marching-ish kind of drums, but not really, you know? Like battle kind of drums. It got very close to it on there. I can't remember if this one did. At one point, I just started liking stuff randomly. Let's see. Did I nail it here almost? I think this is where I might have told it to stop giving me, stop making it so tribal. Actually, it probably wasn't yet. I'm trying to pull out of it. The good thing here is it's more of a build-up, because that's what I wanted. Not bad, right? Did a little better there. Because what I was trying to get it to do was like, I was trying to build like something that's like an army or something walking, like getting ready to go to battle, and then, you know, like post-battle, meeting the enemy type of thing, and then war, and then death, and then soul survivors type of sensation, you know? I mean, it's getting close. kind of a weird place. I don't know. Not very battle-like, you know? Actually, I think I came out of the battle phase on this now. I gave up on it. I think. No, I was still in it. Sorry. Not bad build-up, though. Actually pretty good. That's pretty cool. Not bad, right? It's like, I liked it. It had a lot of movement, you know? It wasn't until, I think I named it. See, because I'm still got that war drums. I'm still trying to get like that feeling. This is when. So I got that one, and this one is very tribal sounding. So I ended up changing it because I was like, it's too tribal sounding. Like, sounds too, I don't know, like, makes me feel like I'm watching like the Mummy type of thing or something, you know? So after this one, which I think kind of does it again, I kind of tell it I want it more dark, and we kind of move towards kind of like a medieval-ish kind of style. But let's see. I mean, they sound pretty good for what they are, though. That's right. I like the way this one started out. I just didn't like how it quickly felt kind of slightly climaxed there. But if I remember, I wanted to kind of be like kind of wavy with like the emotion. I liked how the guitar sounded like it had some string bending. See, the drums kind of lack. That should have been big drum. Not bad, right? Not too bad. Excuse me. My gosh. So now we try and pull it. We try and make it a little more, um, not so high fantasy, right? I believe this one. Hmm. Trying to get rid of the high fantasy vibe. Just trying to get that warish feeling. Battle music. I think we're pushing more into like Nordic type stylish. No, not yet. We're not there. That's way later on. Close though. Still kind of went a little metal. I think I kept it because it wasn't too bad. The fade outs aren't really that great. Sometimes they are, though. That one feels very dragged out, but it's all right. Which one was that one? I mean, honestly, I don't feel like that was a thumbs up, but this one said iffy. I'm not even gonna keep it. I'm gonna actually take that one out. Let's see. Are we still? Yeah, this is where pretty tribal for a couple of them. Very different vibe, right? I'm still kind of on a war quest here. But it's not bad what it comes up with. That's pretty decent. Wasn't what I wanted, but it was okay. I'm gonna give me a drink. Not bad, right? Still going there, still very tribal-like. I eventually give up on the war drums. It was after Drumline, which I'm not really gonna completely play it. I'm trying to remember, this is the one where I was trying to solo out the drums more, but I couldn't get it to do it. It's not bad. It's not bad. here, this is where I'm trying to really separate drums. This is where I almost nailed it, right? The beginning is pretty darn close. And I was going to take these drums and try and like chop them and cut them and like make something else out of them. But the drums come in and it's like so close. Like it is right there, so close. Close. I was like, oh, almost got it. And then gets thrown off. But see, I'm trying to tell it not to use instruments. I'm trying to just get a drum solo track itself, but I couldn't get it to do it. It wants everything. Which eventually it didn't really quite work out the way I was wanting to get it. This is where I started learning things about AI and AI music as far as like timing goes and keeping things in time. I've learned that AI has what they call AI drift, where it's always kind of like it's like it's always slowly kind of drifting out of time. It's like it cares more about just like the feel of the music and like what you hear. So like if you're just like listening and you're not like really like, if you're not like somebody that's like trying to like, oh, I'm gonna keep in time while this is playing, like try to, like tap your foot to it, like I don't know, like if as long as you're not like completely like analyzing it, the absolute, like I don't know, I can't explain. I'm horrible at explaining. But if you really, really try paying attention, you can probably catch it, right? But it has AI drift, so I would try to cut things out like drums, and then I would start trying to like, I would get a section of drum that sounded the most clear on something, right? It'd sound the most clear. I would take that into like Fruity Loops, and I would paste that over the track, keeping everything in time, because typically that's how you can keep things in time. You make your own loops, you can do that. But I do that, and then I go and play it over the music. And it starts out fine, and then all of a sudden it just starts drifting out of time. Like it gets all ugly and nasty, and then it's like, what the heck? But you don't notice it. If you're just like listening, you don't notice it, right? Like if you're bobbing your head to some music, you ain't even gonna notice it, because it's not like you're bobbing your head in time. You're bobbing your head to like the kick or the snare, you know what I mean? So as long as you're hearing those things, you're feeling it, right? But anyways, that's what basically happened with this one. Got close to it, didn't really get it. Oh yeah, this one I was hitting. And I honestly didn't really like this one too much. I'm gonna turn it off. So I tried to give it one last go. I was like, all right, come on. I gotta be able to just get like a track with just drums only. Come on. Give me a drum line. And well, what do you know? It gave me a drum line, all right. I liked it because it was funny. I was like, what the heck? This ain't what I wanted. But it's not too bad. Those horns sounded horrible. And now we get back on track, right? Now, I'm kind of still trying to. I can't remember what I was going for here. I think I was still trying to get that vibe. A lot closer here, right? A little bit better, but still kind of like, still that tribal kind of vibe. So it was all right, but it's still very tribal, right? So that's kind of where it was going. I kind of actually don't really like this one as much. Then we got some songs some friend of mine wanted to play and have fun. And then I got back into it. So I gave it a night's rest because I kind of gave up on it. I was like, ah, you know what? Screw it, man. I don't even care. And so then the next morning, me and my wife were watching Batman, the newer Batman. But we were watching it, and I was like, Batman cinematic type of music's nice. Like, like that dark, kind of like mysterious sound. So, tried to, I used Gemini to try and come up with something, right? So I was like, try to explain, like, I want something mysterious, I want something that has like a mysterious vibe that feels like somebody's like, like shadowy, hiding in the shadows kind of thing. Um, Kind of superhero-ish, but not like fantasy superhero, like Superman, like high, like fantasy-ish kind of like, I don't know, like I didn't want that. I wanted like this Batman vibe, like Batman, So I was like, all right, we gotta get some Batman vibe here, right? So I was like, took a while, came up with something, because I was telling how, I like it to like the song to break up and always have movement. So I try and tell it to like to always be moving and like developing. I don't want it to feel repetitive. I don't know. So we shoot for the Batman. I'm like, all right, let's go for the Batman. Let's do it. So this is what we end up coming up with, right? Which was actually pretty good. These two are the Batmans, right? And then I'll skip. I was very, very happy with the results. Pretty good. Pretty good for what it comes up with. It's good. The way it comes in, it's beautiful. Right here, perfect. Watch. Oh, yeah, boy. I think it turns a little modern later. I can't remember. But man, it sounds good. Beautiful. It hit it perfect. Actually, yeah, it does get a little modern, but it feels good. Here it goes. Right? Turns kind of cyberpunk-ish. Little vibe. Man, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, man. See, that was like so good. Kind of the way these go, the first like this was kind of the first one, which was okay, but this one, oh my gosh. That one was amazing. Oh my gosh. And it goes to show like how much of a difference it makes whenever you're telling the AI how to build the song. Like, like you put things in there like crescendo, fortissimo, like when you're telling it these things and then it's like, oh, okay, like this, right? And then it builds it like that instead of, that kind of like where I'm saying like, let an AI make you a song by just being like, cool country song vibe, chill, sleeping, letting AI make the song, come up with everything itself, or directing AI and making it make what you want it to make. Like what happened there, right? You're directing it to do that kind of style. And my gosh, it was so good. That's like probably one of my favorite ones for sure. But anyway, so we go into another kind of like Batman-y feel, right? So system was okay, right? It's not bad. Still's got that vibe, right? Very mysterious, right? Dark. I love it. Not bad, not bad. A little strong, but not bad. It can work out. Wow, that was nice, right? And here's to say, like, you're still. It's very double-edged sword, like, right? Like making these, right? Because I mean, when you're telling it the style, you're still having to tell it like, high fantasy, like how I put on these like, you know, um, gothic orchestral, heavy low brass French horns, brooding, like you still got to tell it these things, and you even still got to tell it um things um like Hans Zimmer, like you got to tell it like this kind of stuff, like that's where it kind of gets like double-edged swordy kind of, you know what I mean? Like because it's weird, right? It's such a weird place. It's still I still agree that it's not right the way they do music, like just taking stuff, data from artists and stuff and taking it without permission. I get that. That makes sense. But at the same time, it also what makes it double-edged swordy is just um like being like a devil's advocate-ish kind of is like the thing is AI is not really like a person, right? It's something we created, right? But it's almost like you as a person when you hear music, which is different because you put life into your music. I don't know if that makes sense. It's a weird thing to say, like, but maybe you can understand it. But um, a person feels more like they can put like life into music. Directing the AI the way I'm directing it by not letting it just make something for me and me making it make what I want feels like it puts a little bit more life into it. Not fully, but like a little bit, right? It feels like it's a little bit more driven by like your own ambitions and not AI's, right? And it just like surprising you with something and you're just like, oh yeah, that actually sounds pretty good. Um, because I mean in real life, right? So you hear something, you like it,
Whether it's cinematic music or rap music, you hear a style, you like it, and you build off of that style, right? Like, oh man, like that's just kind of like Timberland type beat, right? You build off of Timberland himself or something. You know what I mean? Even though I think he's got like a bunch of mess he's in right now with AI and taking music. I mean, that's the thing with music industry too, though, right? Sampling. I mean, sampling was like a crazy thing at one point, right? Like people looked down at sampling music, and then it just kind of just became the thing. Like, whatever, sampling's the thing now. Let's just sample everything because it made it seem like you weren't being very creative when you're sampling, kind of, right? Like you're just taking what somebody else got and you're changing it. People didn't like it. Where's the creativeness? Where's the soul? You know, but that's a whole nother thing. But then it's like you're taking influence that you hear, right? And you're making something out of it. And you're kind of still kind of do it, but you're taking that influence you felt, but you're telling AI to use that influence. But, you know, you as a person, you hear it, you take it in, you build off of that. I guess you can say they stole it because it was given to us in music, right? Like these people that influenced us, they gave us what we hear more than I guess AI taking what you hear. Does that make sense? I don't know. But yeah, but I mean, being able to build it like this, I feel like it's kind of like a good direction and going in. I think it's just the legal aspect that's a big thing that needs to be like maybe made better and changed. But anyways, I started playing around with stuff. I ended up getting into some things. I was showing my dad some stuff, and I was telling him, "I'll make you a a Puerto Rican salsa song about where you grew up." So I made him some salsa, but these things, these ones, the stuff I do for fun, like these salsa like songs. I let AI make something. I just gave it an idea and told it to run with it and do whatever you want. Just make it sound good. And I ended up making stuff sound not too bad. Like he said, that's not too bad. Like, let me see.
Oye, para mi naranjito querido y mi gente de San Cristóbal, vaya, nací donde el verde mancha el cielo allá en Naranjito, entre la brisa del monte un rincón bendito, pero el cuento mío, donde dejé el corazón, fue en la barriada San Cristóbal, pura tradición. No había portones, la puerta siempre abierta. El vecino era familia, esa era la oferta. Bajando la alda a pie sin preocupación, con el ruido del río marcando el son. Ay, barriada San Cristóbal, cómo te llevo en la mente, donde la vida era buena y sincera la gente, salsa con maña, pa' que goce el batey,
This is
donde
not
un
bad.
apretón de manos valía más que la ley.
It's pretty good. That's like it was pretty good. He was surprised. Like he was like, "That's not bad. That's not bad." But it's pretty cool. It makes me feel certain feels doing that music for him. One day, I'll have money to take him back to Puerto Rico. Just times are tough, man. But let me see here. Hold on. I don't think we should have to make an account, but whatever. Uh, username McLean. Uh, what? All right, we're gonna go to the next stuff real quick. That I was trying to build into. I can't remember. Trying to remember like what it ended up really changing to, but all right. So we get more. I kind of get out of the battle side. When I get into the Nordic, I end up getting that battle drums that I finally wanted randomly. But let's see. I kind of get into here. I want it more video game-ish. This one, don't like too much. This comes in way too hard, right? But I'm probably gonna thumbs down it after this. But it was okay. It was a first start. Usually the first starts, I kind of keep them. Just because it's like an idea of how to change it, right? Those vocals, I just don't feel the vocals. So it was all right. That was like a start to kind of get like a foundation of how I wanted something kind of like World of Warcrafty, right? Kind of like I don't know, something that felt different. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta get this call. All right, there we go. All right, checking out more music. Here we go. So we got that what we did, right? So it was that one. Started trying to get more into like a World of Warcrafty type of vibe, right? Like so I was kind of going more for here because I pulled out of the war drums because I gave up on it, just couldn't really get what I wanted. So I was like, you know what? I want to make something that's kind of like World of Warcrafty-ish, kind of like I wanted like like when I play World of Warcraft, I play a horde character, right? I've always liked playing on the horde. But I was like, all right, let's make something kind of like alliance-y, kind of like World of Warcraft, flying like freaking like Griffin or something through the sky and the Eastern Kingdom-ish type of thing, right? Going over the city. Like, all right. So I kind of went with that, kind of painted a picture, painted it to AI to direct it in that kind of like way, and then it ended up coming up with this. I think it was okay. Not too strong start, right? Nice. Right? Kind of flying, looking at the trees and things, and then you end up getting over the city after a while. We're building up to it. High pitch, choir, perfect. Started getting the hang of it a little bit here, of how to get what you want. High-pitched vocal by itself is not too bad. Still doesn't sit in the mix well. Better drums. Little too digital though. Right, not bad, not bad. The drums, it's like I said, sometimes the drums feel like it's hitting good, but then you got those times where it just feels like the drums don't have, they just don't have that, they just don't have enough oomph in them, right? And I'll get to my thoughts about drums and stuff later. But, we went with that kind of that vibe, like Alliance, Stormwindish kind of thing, flying on your Griffin and going through the sky and going over the Eastern Kingdoms, and you get to the main city, Uh, you get to like Stormwind, and then it builds up, and you see everything, the people, the adventures, like the life, and that's what it was. So then I was like, all right, let's get like some kind of like horde-ish kind of vibe. If we can try and go for like the other side, right? Which wasn't bad. So then we go for the other side, right? We shoot for the other faction. Or the other, I guess you can, well, yeah, I guess it's a faction, right? Yeah. Sort of, I know. But you get it. You get what I'm trying to say. This would be more like going through Kalimdor or whatever, however you pronounce it. I suck at names. And then you go to Orgrimmar. Same vibe. So, I'm trying to remember if I wanted to change this one. No, I think this one was okay. And see, we got close to those war drums like I wanted. And I didn't tell it to do that. I didn't force it to war drum. But I gave it the idea of it. Kind of changed the vibe too much, right? If I was to use it, I would have cut this part out, maybe. Right? So this is another version of it that I made. This one was the first one, and then the second one, right? Which was better. I still like this one. I don't know if I liked it because I just wanted to remember to come back because I didn't give it a title. Usually if I don't give it a title, it's because I'm probably just gonna get rid of it. But let me see. But typically the second one feels a little more alive. Typically. I think I didn't like the vocals on this one. It felt too tribal. But I like the war horns in the background. You kind of hear them very faintly. I've been talking to myself. Hopefully this fixes the sound. It was too loud. See, the vocals are not good. It gets overbearing. Too harsh. Not bad though, right? Like not bad. I definitely like this one better. Up here, this one was okay. Yeah, I don't even know why I have it on like. I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna get. It's really iffy on that one. I'm not gonna keep the like finger on it though. And then I changed it up. I can't remember. I was kind of going to like video game vibe. What was it? Oh, I wanted like a video game. I was like, I want to make something that's like a video game, like when you're on the menu screen of a video game, you know, like I don't know, an adventure-ish kind of game. I wanted like a menu type screen sound. So I made this one was the original one, and then this one was like one building off of it to kind of try to improve it. But this is what I ended up coming up with, which is okay. Not bad, right? It's like relax, it's smooth, right? It's not like in your face video game intro. It's not like crazy. Pick it up a little bit, right? But not nothing crazy. But that's like the improved version. This was like the first one, which they both sound fine. Just has a little more movement, right? pretty good, you know? These two were actually pretty decent. I don't think I'm gonna keep this one. Right, so then I went kind of more like of Nordic kind of music. Hold on. Weird. More kind of darky kind of feelish like thingy, I guess. I'm trying to remember what I was going for here. I'm trying to read what I gave the prompt, what I tried to get it to build. I wanted it still kind of like a rustic kind of still kind of like not fantasy. I don't know, just more slight World of Warcrafty-ish, but not real. I don't know. But I ended up getting war drums that I wanted, right? Let's see. It was this one that gave me the war drums, and I was surprised because I tried so hard for like hours to get it to create me like an intro of war drums, and I could never get it, no matter how much I told it to make it. I just couldn't figure out a way around it. I just gave up. And then I don't even really do it, but it does it on its own. Let's see if this was the one. No, this wasn't the one. So we're still kind of like simple. Oh no, I was still going for video game. Video game-ish. I was still in video game menu-ish vibe here. Adventure game, okay? Adventure game. This ain't no Doom music. Although I get close to like some Doomish vibe later. Not entirely, just has like a slight feel to it with cinematic. This one wasn't bad for like adventure-ish game, right? Starting area music ish. Not too bad, you know? That's right. I want a video game, but no percussion. So that's why it ended up cutting percussion out. So then I kind of, I wanted to get more like serious and kind of more back into like a Nordic kind of vibe. Tried to give it a time signature, right? Try to give it like a 4/4 time signature. And the AI music sucks at keeping time. Like I said earlier, it's not good at keeping things in time. It likes the AI drift. It just goes with the flow and just makes it like you feel like everything's kind of flowing correctly in time, but when you throw it out onto a DAW, nope, not at all. Like I say, sometimes the choir's hit or miss. If it's too many voices together, it gets real harsh, or it just sounds too jumbled. But it doesn't know how to set it into the mix. It clashes a lot with other frequencies. Unless it's like this, it's not too bad. That's right. I was going for like icy mountains, like adventure, ice dragonish feel, you know? Like you're in the mountains, it's mysterious but adventurous kind of feeling, you know? That's what I was trying to get out of this. Like you can almost feel the cold in your head, you know? It's more about like imagination. Like to paint the picture in your mind is what I try to go for. I try to use it to go for. Drums lack a little bit of life, you know? That's the thing I've noticed. It's missing that big punchy punch that they should have. Big change up, right? I actually liked that change up. A lot of times I don't like it, but I liked it. Because if you wanted to cut it out, you could, with the way it stopped before coming in. Which is why I like to kind of tell it to pause sometimes between transitions. See, it's all right, right? And you go there again. I usually get a couple of them. Same kind of vibe. Icy, winter. A dude in like some Skyrim armor. It did a real good job with this, though. Honestly, I think it did a real good job with it. You try to make a wind noise. Wasn't that great? You kind of have like a wind. You see how it sounds like wind in the background? It's trying to put you where I wanted it to put you. It's trying. See, when the choir's like this, it doesn't sound great. The solo kind of choir that it was just doing is good. But this one, it sounds messy. It tries. If you take out the choir behind her, it'll actually work pretty good. My goal is to like make it leave out all the extra stuff that sounds bad. Trim it, you know? But it's not bad. But see, it kind of gives you like that painted picture, like, you know, like icy, frozen, cold mountain adventure, which is what I was going for. Which goes to say, like, you can either give a prompt to let AI just make you music, like AI to randomly just generate you a bunch of just like sloppy gibberish, or you can try to direct it, kind of like orchestrate it the way you want to, with what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and at which moment to do what, you know? When to build this, when to build up, when to build down, when to break down. Let's see, but that's where I went with those. Let's see. And then I think I started going into, I went a little bit into what was it? I went a little bit into like piratey kind of type thing. Sailing in the ocean. On your creaky ship. Always makes me laugh. I won't go through this whole one. This one's 5 minutes long. I was surprised it made a 5-minute track. I mean, I didn't throw a lot at it. I just got a lot of movement. I might listen to it all. I feel like that could have been soundstaged better. What? We're still moving. Still a lot of movement. It did the ending drum right there, okay. But yeah, that was I was surprised it made a 5-minute track, and it went with the vibe that I wanted, right? Like you're on a boat, a ship in the ocean, feels like it, like I said, that's what I try to do is like it's like paint a picture, right? Of what you're thinking, and try to put your imagination into it. But I did give it a lot of stuff, and I try to make sure it's moving, like the bridge, and then the mood, and then like how to climax, like letting it know about, But that was okay, right? I think, and then I had another one, like piratey type of feel that I tried to go with. This one I tried to put like people in the backgroundish at a couple of points, I think. And it tries to do 6/8 time. Like I said, AI sucks with time. Right? Like you're in a boat. Like you're in a boat. I think the thing I didn't like about this one kind of is that it started feeling more like more dancey kind of, Unlike the one before this one. Like I say, technically the top one is the more refined one of what I refined down than the bottom one. If I have two of the same type. See, this was really the first one that I made, and then what I tried to do was I tried to get it to change like the style. I didn't like how it felt too like upbeat, like I don't know. It didn't give me that vibe like I was drifting in the ocean. And then that's where I got it to I was able to cut out all of that like dancey kind of feeling and make it more with this one where like you're drifting kind of in the ocean. These ones, I can't remember if these are the ones that I finally ended up getting like some drums. The battle drums that I wanted when I was trying to make like a battle war type music. Let me see. Because there was a point where it really like threw it off. It sounded like a bar mitzvah. Like I was like, what the heck? This is not what I want. Like, no. Like, let me see. Somebody's had to clean up. Not too bad. But then it kind of feels like it's just doing a little too much. See, here it goes, bar mitzvah feeling, kind of. Like, I don't know, like a weird feeling. I think it does it. Hold on. Like, I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't like that vibe. It just felt weird. Like, I don't know. It really threw it off. Too metal. This one kind of tried to go metal on me, I think. Hold on. Oh, what the heck? This guy's fingers are on fire. Oh, yeah. That's you see what I mean? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are there actually like a violinist that can do that? What was I going for? I started changing things up. It's this one. This one I can't really remember. I guess I'm still. No, this one I am going into. Am I going to different direction now? No, I think I'm still in the boat-ish area vibe. Yeah, I was. I think this is the last one. This one wasn't too bad. It really wasn't too bad. It was okay, right? I kind of don't really like that one too much, honestly. Let's see, what did I start getting into here? I think I started trying to get more into action-ish. This is where I think I let it do a little guitar. Because I was like, that's not too bad. I remember what I was going for here. I was getting back into the battle type of vibe. Because, like, this was more of like a war, and then the two sides meet before the actual battle fights right here. Like, they're getting ready to go to war. And then all-out battle starts. And then it ends with, like, the last people. I think that was the idea. Did it freeze? I think it froze. Did my computer get hot? I think the actual computer froze. Hold on. It did. No, it didn't get hot. So weird. All right, let's reload the computer. Let's reload the computer. I don't want to play the short intro. I'm just gonna leave it on here. Let it turn back on. Bum, 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 bum. Go back to it. Yeah, I've been having fun with like the cinematic style of music. I don't know. I mean, I know most people when they make music with AI, for the most part, all that I hear is, hip hop, lo-fi, rap, rock, your typical music genres. I never really heard much cinematic side of AI. And it's kind of nice to kind of tap into it, play with it. I know things are changing. I was looking at things about it, which is usually I'm late to the party for everything. But I seen where like the company that I'm looking at making these versions so far is very not very. They're ones I know a lot of people are upset because they're taking music, which, like I say, I don't think you should take music and use it, Permission should be the right way, but they're taking music everywhere and using that to drive what AI creates, right? So it's like I don't know, it's like they had issues and they got like the whole lawsuit of like Warner Brothers, right? And now they're doing a thing. I guess where Warner Brothers like it owns them or has like a pretty big say in what they can do. So they're making their new version of the AI, and it's gonna be they're wiping like the slate clean. Like all the music they copied from other artists and YouTube and everything, they're getting rid of it all. They're gonna delete all their older models, like the ones I'm using to make cinematic music. They're gonna delete all of that, and they're making. I guess they say it's like legally licensed model is what they're gonna use, but it's only gonna be um whatever companies and what not companies, I guess like bands and stuff is under the Warner Brothers logo, which I mean Warner Brothers and all them, they own so much. But still, if it's under them and I guess like if artists allow them to use their music, that's under Warner Brothers. So I mean, as far as like the cinematic goes, I mean it could still go okay with cinematic if it's done right. I mean, Warner Brothers makes movies, they make cinematics, right? I mean, I think like the cinematics for like The Dark Knight and stuff like that's under Warner Brothers. So, but like like what I'm trying to do while I'm making this crap is I'm not trying to I'm not trying to build like copies of stuff. I'm trying to like I want to make my own like unique version of things, you know? I'm trying to use that. That's why I'm trying to direct it and not let it just make slop for me. Instead, I'm trying to tell it how to build the slop. Like I said, it gives it a little more life than typical. Okay, what is OBS doing over here? My computer is just not happy over here. I didn't have the air on in here, so it definitely got hot. But it wants to be funky. Close program, please. But yeah, they're changing everything on there. My plans was to kind of look at other things that are getting into it. There's another version or another company. There's a bunch of them, right? That do like the AI music. But there's another couple of them that I was looking at that are interesting to me, at least. Let me get all this pulled back up here. Get some more music back in. Get the music. Like my music. I think I was giving it about. I was giving it like 55 volume. I wasn't throwing you completely into deep, loud music sound. I was trying to like give it to you slightly, not too hard. Go back to where I was here. Got in my nose. All right, let's pull this back over. Ta-da! Let's pull the browser back on. There we go. So, I was in here. Is this the one that I gave it more guitarish feeling? Oh, well, I gotta change the sound. Good thing you can hear sound. Let's see. Let me put this on my ears. There we go. All right. Starting from scratch here, right? Like I said, this one wasn't too bad. With the little rockish kind of vibe. But like I said, this is supposed to be a battle, right? It's supposed to be like a battle scene. And the two armies are marching towards each other, right? And then the music slows down a little bit. And they see each other, kind of. They meet each other. And then, like, it kind of builds up. And then, like, freaking like battle cry type of situation. They all start running at each other, like their swords and everything, and war starts, right? And then it's supposed to end, to like escalate, and then end where it's just like the final like two survivors, one survivor from each side type of thing, like the end of the battle, like sort of thing. I don't know, but anyways, here we'll finish it. Is this full battle right here now? I think maybe they're running now. It's full battle. All right, then we go into it again. Sort of same vibe ish, kind of. Oh yeah, homie. Right. And then I was like, man, I wanna make some. I changed it up, right? So then I was like, I want something that's like um it's like cyberpunky, right? Like you're like in the cyberpunk, like cyberpunk type of world, right? Like the buildings and like the smoke and like the cars and the drugs and the people. The thing with this, it kind of keeps they kind of sound too similar, but that's kind of what I was wanting to feel with these right here. Of course, this one goes so long. Well, it's kind of like the only thing I didn't like about it, just kind of feels like the same. And then like a newer version of it, it's kind of the same, but try to like make it better. At least more movement. Drums aren't the best. But see, it feels like really repetitive, which is the only thing I didn't really like about these ones. I'm trying to remember. So this one, I think I was like trying to make it more like um I was trying to give like the sensation of like cyberpunk, but like if you're breaking into the bank to steal money or something, like everybody getting in the car, driving to the bank, get ready to rob the bank type of feeling, and then you get to the bank and they start like shooting guns and stealing money. Like it's supposed to build up like that, right? Just like the preparation, and then at the bank, and then the robbing. right? You get into the bank. Uh-oh. Getting ready to kick the door open. And then you bust in and start taking the money and everything. I think this is supposed to be like police and stuff showing up. That's what this breakdown is supposed to be. Getting ready to try to get away. It's like getting to the car. Gotta go, gotta go. But see, that's kind of like where it goes with that, right? This one's kind of the same. They sound close, but not technically. But they're both the same type of scene it's supposed to be. A heist type of thing. Like I said before, going there, getting there, doing it, getting out. See, it's still kind of like the same vibe. Like I said, it kind of, I don't know. It's weird. And then I went for another cyberpunky thing. I was like, you know what? Make it like the dude's like at the club, like it's strippers everywhere, girls and drugs, and he's going to make a drug deal with somebody. So like, I was kind of trying to go with the vibe of like a clubbish, strippish, drinking, I don't know, worldy type place. And they all sound similar. That's the only thing I don't like. See, they all kind of sound too similar, which is the only thing I didn't like about these. But I didn't like how it was feeling like the same and all similar and like the way it felt. I didn't really like it too much. So I just wanted something more like atmospheric, like I don't know, like more like you're like in the cyberpunk world and you're just kind of like it's mysterious. It's an adventure. I don't know. Like something that makes you want to like walking through the alleys. Like it's scary but you want to go there. I don't know, it's weird. But I changed it up. And this is what we came up with. She feels more cybery-ish and not so like repetitive-ish. I like that. But yeah, see, it's that's not too bad, you know, and kind of still the same vibe a little bit, a little more slightly upbeat, a little more digital feeling, right? Same style, but more, I don't know, more adventurous mixed with that mysterious feeling. I'm actually gonna take it off of this one. This one has a lot more life to it. Probably one of my favorites. This one, it hit the kicks pretty decent compared to other times. Actually feels like it's pushing through the mix. This one was good. This one was really, really, really good. This one's good. I thought it was funny because I told it no drums, but it gave me drums. I can never really get it to cut out drums too much. It takes a little bit of finessing. And it still goes. It panned that good. That one was so good. And then I had fun. And then I went into space. This one took a lot of tries. My nose itches. This one took a few tries to get it down, but then I took it into space, right? I wanted like a feeling like you're in a spaceship or something, right? And like you got stranded in space and you're just like on this ship, just like floating in the like abyss, just like the nothingness, right? Just darkness everywhere. But that's kind of what I was going for with these. This one was more of a floating in space. Oh, never mind. This one wasn't a floating space one. What was it? No, actually, no. This one was my first space one. It was. Like realizing how big space is. Sensation. Space. So that one was like that, you know, seeing like all the planets and weird things like going through, not floating through space. I was like flying through space. This one I think is more slower. Trying to remember. Yeah, it's like the coldness of space type of vibe. I think this was more like of the loneliness, maybe. These next two. This one I liked. This one hit the space vibe for me better. Yeah. Oh no, you're laying them out right. This one's supposed to be the better version, so never mind. No, wait, no, it's not. No, yeah, it is. This is supposed to be the better ones, I think. I can't remember. Yeah, season nice, and then this one, same situation. Very spacey. Deep and cold feeling, right? Lonely. Like you're the only person and nobody else. It's almost like you wake up from cryo sleep and then you look outside and realize like you're like somewhere mysterious in space or something, you know? And you realize you're the only one that lived. But yeah, it was nice. And I try to go for the Dragon Ball theme. Reaching in and getting your power. Then you gotta build up. Push past your limits, my friend. You can do it. But yeah, that's kind of where it's at. Still the best, absolute best one that I've ever made is definitely the freaking Batman ones. Oh my gosh. They're just like, it's too good. But then I checked out other ones, trying to understand how they work. Kind of played with it a little bit. I don't know, just can't really get like it sounds a little bit more high fidelity, but it's just something doesn't sound right. I think this is an example of one. I think this is like a Nordic one I took. I was trying to build something out of it. It feels a little bit more. I don't know. I think I wasn't feeling the drums too much on this website. It feels like it's limiting, like there's a limiter cutting out stuff. The vocals sounded a little better on this one. And I was like, what happened? Hello? I mean, I don't know. Yo, bro, what's going on, bro? What you up to, man? I mess around. I was messing around with AI, making cinematic music, playing at different things. Just trying to figure out which one makes it better. I've been learning stuff with AI over the weekend. I've learned how to create what I want. Yeah, it's all right. I've learned how to make it, instead of having AI make me something, like, just make me AI crap. I figured out how to make AI make what I want, like, direct it how I want music to be. I had problems with this one, though. I couldn't get it to do really what I wanted it to do. It's okay. I mean, this is some of it. Well, this is a different website. This website didn't work too good. I'll show you one that worked okay. It just, the quality varies. And then I played in here. Let me see. This one was a little bit better. I kind of got an idea. I think it was like the third one. I kind of got an idea, but this one did a little bit better. Not the best. It still feels like it's like something, but sometimes it feels a little better quality. Still has a little bit of a digital feel. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been for these other websites, I've been trying to figure out how to use the prompts different. I'll show you my kind of prompt in a little bit. But this one was okay. It did drums pretty good on this. That's what always fixes it. You gotta add the Laura, bro, for the giant chi-chis. Yeah, I couldn't never get this one like to really. I don't think I did. Was this my last one that I kind of got it closer to? I know, right? Like, it sounds kind of better, but I don't know. Like, this has to be like the best one that I made. I mean, my prompt is huge. Like, I directed it like the way I wanted it. Oh, bro, I loved Skyrim AI, man. That was the best thing ever. I want to play it again sometime. That's like the most fun I ever had playing Skyrim. It's like playing with somebody. I don't know. It's weird. It's cool. Oh, yeah. They've improved it a lot. It's not even called what it used to be. They changed the name. I used to, when I was first playing it then, I was in that Discord with the guys, people that made it. I used to chat with all of them, people that were creating it a lot and that had to do a lot with it. It was pretty cool, but I haven't been in there in so long, so. But it definitely changed. It was wonky, but it was good for what it was. It still gave you that experience. Still gave you the experience of feeling like somebody was there with you, kind of, you know. But it's definitely a lot better. It's a whole lot better than what it was then. Now it's not considered Skyrim. It's not considered what it was. Like, they don't try to label it as like Skyrim, because I think they're starting to try and branch it out to like other games is what they're working on. They're trying to build something that you can just put in almost any game is what they kind of want to do, you know? Type of adventure game, really. That's what they're trying to do. But this is the best cinematic one. Yeah, they did. They did a cyberpunk thing too, yeah. They've got it to work in the cyberpunk. Which is cool. I still think this is a better quality that I've had. think it was this one, or was it the next one? I don't remember. This one I liked. It was like Batman-ish vibe, but then gets upbeat. Because I have it slow build up, mysterious, and then boom. Yeah, it's pretty good. It hasn't got to the... It's not climax yet. A little bit, but not too much. Slightly. Does kind of have a, I mean, with those horns, it always does kind of. This one I think was more Batman-ish, just because it's not so like in your face. But I tried to make some things, man. But it's all right, you know, it's okay. You know? I even got some of your favorite music, bro. Your favorite music. Salsa, bro. You like salsa.
Oye, para mi naranjito querido y mi gente de San Cristóbal. Así donde el verde mancha el cielo allá en Naranjito.
Oh, man. Yeah, I love it. I gave it those lyrics. I did that for my dad. Show off some salsa about Puerto Rico. Let me see. But I mean, it's all right, you know. It does some decent stuff. I tried to make like a Batman type thing, and then I tried to make like a World of Warcrafty type thing, you know, like let's see, which one was it? It was one that looked I tried to give it that idea of like World of Warcraft flying over like the city or something. Where is it? It's after my Batman. I made like icy stuff, which the icy stuff, I liked the stuff. Like this one, I wanted to make it feel like you were in a mountain, like in the cold. That's why I made these. No, this one was a good one, I think. Like you're in the mountains, it's cold, it's icy. Like there's ice dragons or something. Try to paint pictures in your head is what I try to do. The only thing is the choirs, they suck. The first, the single girl is pretty good, but when they go like this, it sounds horrible. Sounds like they're stepping on hot coals. And they're being forced to sing. But yeah, you get it. And then you got your happy World of Warcraft that you kind of feeling. Oh, yes. Let me fly on my griffin across the sky. And overlook the city. As my griffin flies over everything and poops, drops turds on people randomly adventuring. But yeah, I've had fun with it, man. It's fun. Playing with it while I can. A lot of things are changing with this stuff and music and all that funky, fun, fancy stuff, you know? Things are getting different with it, but I'm having fun with it. I'm gonna keep most stuff I do. I'm gonna go through it some more. I accidentally thumbs down one that I liked. Ugh. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. So, whatever. But yeah, man. It's a fun thing to play with. I can even tell it to make something. Let me see. Instead of directing it, I'm just gonna tell it something. Watch. Let's see. Let's say, make me a random song about a guy named Vlad that always talks about how bad I am at playing Warhammer. He just won't give me a break. Especially, I spelled that wrong. Especially because I don't like to read anything and suck. There we go. There you go, bro. This will be your song. What kind of random songs then give me? Say I give me some slop. Just for you, bro. Just for you. Because of what you do. Vlad the Warhammer critic. Congratulations, bro. Vlad the Warhammer critic. Beautiful. I'm going to play the top one. Usually it's a little better. Let's see.
Vlad's at it again. He's got his soapbox talking dice rolls and rule books, non-stop talk. Says my tactics are tragic, my armies are weak. I just wanted to play, not hear him critique. He points to the board, says you missed that flank. I point to my heart, say dude, give me a break. Oh Vlad, you're driving me mad.
What the heck? This is horrible.
But you always remind me I'm bad at that. He quotes page 20, chapter 3, subnote 4, while I'm still figuring out what dice are for. His Space Marines laugh, his Tau Army sneers, and I'm stuck here drowning in tactical tears. I say, let it go, it's just a dumb game. He says, no mercy, learn or face the shame. Oh Vlad, you're driving me mad. All your lectures.
There you go, bro. Your special Warhammer song. Seems about legit, right? He always talk trash. Not really. Man, I can't believe it's almost been 4 hours. 4 freaking hours already. And it's getting cold in here again. It's like 30 degrees outside, man. 30 degrees in Texas is not fun. Only because it's so humid, and when the wind blows, it hits your bones. Like, there's no skin. It just goes deep within you. Like, literally. You put your toe outside, bro, and it's like ice cold. Your bowl eyes just like shrivel up into your body. Okay, so I'm trying to look and see. I wasn't expecting the rest of the music this long. I'm gonna do some Warhammer. I don't even know if I got time to do Warhammer. Let's look at my schedule. Over here. Okay. Yeah. I might come back later tonight and play some Warhammer, or I might maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We'll have to see how everything goes with work. But yeah. All right, bro. I'm gonna head out. I'll be back maybe later. I will do some more Warhammer. If not, probably for sure tomorrow. We'll see how far we can get, and hopefully I can kick some butt. Peace, homie. Later. Thanks for hanging out. Everybody, anybody, anyone. Good night, goodbye, good day, good evening, good afternoon. Be safe and have a happy, wonderful, good day. Goodbye.